Welcome to the Denim and Pearls podcast. Business casual conversation laced with pearls of wisdom. Casual, authentic, unscripted dialogue about life, work, and entrepreneurship with the perfect blend of laughter and seriousness. Pull up a chair, kick back, and lean in as we welcome your hosts, Michelle Ross and Brian Swanson.
It worked.
Oh, that's so cool.
That was so cool. Now we're getting more sophisticated around there. Welcome, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you happen to be. My name is Brian Swanson.
My name is Dr. Michelle Ross.
And we are
Denim and Pearls. We are business casual
with Pearls of Wisdom.
from the porch.
Yes. 40 years of experience, I think, is what our video says. That's an old video, if you remember us from way back in the day when we started, 209 episodes ago.
I think we said more than 40.
More than, well, yeah, I would.
We said more than 40.
Even if it was 20 years for you and 20 years for me, that would be 40. So,
yeah, but we said more than, so we wouldn't have to redo the video.
So what
we thought ahead.
I picked the title out. Do you know the song?
You better shop around.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, you better shop around. Yes.
Wow. Now they got a little piece of Michelle today.
Yes, shop around. I wanted to talk about shop around, and it works perfectly with you also.
Yeah.
As a speaker, as a coach, so many people do, oh, but you're in town.
Yeah.
Well, I don't get that part, but you're in town, but I can always get to you. And it's like, no, you can't.
Well, I think we need to clarify with if people, an organization is looking for a speaker. This town, and I'll say this town because I don't know if it's every town, but this town has a tendency to overlook the local celebrity.
People who are there already.
Yes. And then if they do see you, then they want you to do it for nothing.
Yes. Because you didn't have to travel or anything. It's like when you're hiring a speaker, you're not hiring my proximity. You're hiring this, my experience and what's in my brain and my heart. And I found no matter what city I go to, it happens that way. If you're local, they don't want you. They want people from the outside.
Right.
And Better Shop Around came about because it happens with everything.
It does.
And we have so many, think of all the small businesses out there who, oh, I really want to get to such and such, or I really want to go to such and such. And it's like, there's an event here next month, right? Oh, yeah, but.
Yeah, but. Well,
that's what got my brain.
I'm thinking of you as a speaker. I'm thinking, it's like you have more credibility if you're from out of town.
Yeah.
You're more famous if we bring you in, which means we're going to pay you more money. Whereas somebody of equal talent or even lesser talent is getting paid more because
they're from out of town.
They're from out of town. And that doesn't even include hotel and all that kind of stuff. I mean, that's just in your case, the speaker fee.
Well, I'm just laughing because, I've moved now into music and I am more popular out of Colorado than I am in Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
And so people are like, oh my gosh, you're going to come. Oh, I hope you're singing. Oh, I'm flying you to Ghana so you can sing for the government of Ghana, that kind of thing. And then, oh, you're going to be in Colorado Springs? Well, karaoke bar can we see you at?
Yeah.
It's like, wait a minute. Yeah. So I've had that on my mind lately. It's just that I have to promote myself in my own town for something I get praised for outside of the country.
Hmm?
It's very frustrating.
Well, it's not just in that, because I don't want, we're kind of talking a negative thing here, but
going to move it.
I also want to bring on the fact that just simple, we have a day or a month or something like that. That's what, shop local. And everybody, it's kind of like, it's almost like donating during Christmas.
Yeah.
Shop local. Oh, I shop local. I do it once a year. I go down to the local guy who is, trying to scrape and get ends meet. He's almost on the verge of selling his business or whatever, closing down his business. And it's shop local weekend.
Like a weekend's not going to save him.
Yeah. One weekend is not going to save you. And there's never enough.
Yes. So that's what we wanted to talk about, shop local. No matter what town you live in, if you're in our town, great. But if you're not in our town, great. Shop local every freaking day you can, not just on that weekend that we have shop local. And it comes for the events and things like that. We on social media, you can actually set on Facebook events near me. Go check out those events and say,
Mhm.
hey, how can I be part of that? Or, I'd like to buy a vendor booth. I mean, get the exposure in your area.
Right.
You don't have to leave your area to do great things.
Well, I guess I'm a kind of a procrastinist. Maybe no, that's not the word I'm looking. That's procrastinating. That means waiting.
Yeah.
I'm kind of a pessimist.
Pessimist.
That's the word I'm looking for. I'm kind of a
Hi,
pessimist.
Jen.
Hi, Jen. I'm kind of a pessimist sometimes when it comes to doing business, because it seems like you can be. Why should I do business locally in some cases, like you as a speaker? I'm just going to, if you had your mindset on being a speaker just in Colorado Springs and maybe Denver, and you're bringing in, let's say, I'm just going to throw a number out there, $1,000 for a show, but yet somebody in Kansas City, and I always use Kansas City will pay you $10,000. Why would you want to stay local?
I don't.
Because it doesn't make sense. And I've seen businesses here in the Springs who love making their hometown the Springs, but yet all of their business is done out of state. And you would think there was one, and I won't give you the name because I don't remember the name of the company, but they created a bicycle that's great for the mountains.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know where they're at now, but I know they started here because this is the perfect place for it.
Yes.
Everybody travels to the mountains and everybody uses,
there are a lot of bicyclists in Colorado.
A lot of bicyclists. They built their business there, their home was here. And then all of a sudden they kind of disappeared. But before they disappeared, I had a conversation with them. I said, man, you are in the perfect demographic. You're in the perfect whatever. And he says, yeah, but I don't sell any bikes here.
Sells them all international.
I'm like, are you kidding me? He says, no. He says, I'll sell them to the 3 states over, but then they turn around and they bring them here. Mm-hmm. He says, I don't understand.
It is such a strange anomaly or whatever I guess you call that. But I remember what brought this all up initially was Brian and I were at a networking meeting, and that karaoke one that Lisa did.
Okay.
And she had everyone go around the room and say what you did. And it got to me, and I said, they said, what do you do for the community? And I got on the mic and said, I don't do anything in the community. And I know it sounded bad, but I don't, because when I'm here, Michelle will offer her lunch. When I'm in Kansas, you're an international best-selling author. We'll give you 20,000.
Yeah.
And so it's like, of course, I'm not going to stay local because I'm not getting recognized for what gifts I bring in my own town.
Mm-hmm.
And so I want to switch this now because it keeps going back to me and my speaking and my coaching.
Well, it's a perfect example.
It's a great example, but it's a very narrow view. A lot of people don't do what I do.
Well, you say we should talk also about, say, Galaxy Fest.
I want to talk about sponsorship and supporting groups that are in town.
Jen, who's on here now, she says, hi, happy Friday, everybody.
Hi, Jen.
She says, we're awesome. I know. But Jen is an event planner of sorts. She manages all of the family events here in town as far as getting that information to parents for families. So she's very much into the events. She has her own couple events a year and stuff like that. And she's actually really good at getting emails out. She's good at getting the word out. She's good at doing social media, and she's good at drawing attention. She's really good at all that stuff. Well, not all of us are. But on the other side of it too, she's in this kind of the same boat. She's looking for sponsors. Okay. She's looking for somebody who wants to support a local event. Because that's all she does is do local. She doesn't do it outside of the Springs, except for maybe like Monument or something like that. But how do you find, and how do you, I think we want to talk to those people out there that may be interested in sponsorships, who have thought about sponsorships, because.
Well, that's what I want to talk about. If you have a business, you should be sponsoring something.
You should be sponsoring something. I mean, every event has sponsorship levels. Now, some of them are out of range as far as dollar amounts are concerned.
But there's always a way to participate.
But there's always a way. Colorado party events or Colorado party rentals here in town came on with my little mini con, and they provided a stage for me, stage and a backdrop. Well, if I was to go rent that from them directly, we're talking like $800.
Mhm.
Well, that $800 contribution was huge for us. So there's ways to do things like that, that sometimes you can donate something, and then get your name put on something, whether it's the flyers or the swag, or there's always something that you can support
But you
locally.
don't know how you can support unless you talk to them.
Exactly.
So go sign up. If you have a business, you need to be sponsoring, assisting something in whatever event. You can say, you know what? I don't want to have a booth or anything like that, but I'll be your coffee sponsor, or I'll be your breakfast sponsor. How many people you have come in,
Mhm.
they have your placard with what you do and who you are. Thank you for brunch or whatever.
Well, one of my sponsors I love is Brandon Kirk, or James Kirk.
James Kirk.
Brandon James Kirk. Anyhow, I love him with Planet Duck because he gives me $100 every month, but doesn't use a booth. He doesn't expect anything. All I do is I put him on all of my marketing.
That's how simple
That easy.
it can be.
And he doesn't show up to the show unless he brings his family just for fun.
And for those of you who are like, I don't have the money to be a sponsor. I don't have that kind of money. Yes, you do. I want you to add up every time you stop for coffee in a week and add it up. And I can assure you, you have $100 to donate to sponsor another event in town. And then that way your name is out and people see you as a goodwill ambassador, basically.
Oh
for
yeah.
your town.
I had this conversation with a large organization here in town, quite a few years ago. They said, "What can we do?" I said, "You just need to get your name on things, sponsor stuff. It doesn't have to be, and it's
Doesn't
a
have to be
large
It
organization. They
doesn't
can
have to be
afford
the
it. but
title sponsor. You don't
It doesn't have to be the title sponsor. As long as your logo shows up somewhere, you start creating a perception that you support the community, you support local, you are there for the small business owner, or whatever it is, you're there for the event. It's just a question of how do you do it.
I mean, even when I was in
And that usually
Toastmasters
comes
and we
with
were
the-
doing things like open houses and things like that, we would have sponsorships for $25. Just
Sponsor the cookies.
just put your business card in our agenda for our competitions, the $50 or whatever, just to have your name in there. You don't even have to be there.
Right.
That's how low it can be.
And here's the kicker: it's a business expense.
Yeah.
It's written off as a business expense on your taxes. So that's $100 or $200 or $500 or $10,000, whatever
we
it
would
is.
prefer that you would do it more than once a year, more than shop local time. Do it all the
Oh yeah,
time.
do it throughout the year.
Find things that you're passionate about, events that you would want to be at. So like if there are at galas or things like that you go to regularly, find out how you can be a sponsor or donate a basket for their silent auction, whatever it may be.
Right.
Whatever little bit you can, there's a way for you to do it.
Well, there's tons of ways, and the fact that you can get a tax write-off on it, and then if it's a nonprofit that you're donating to, it's even more of a write-off. An in-kind donation. There's just tons of things that you can do.
And so I have always found the events that I'm passionate about. So like the one that I definitely love is Angels of America's Fallen. I always donate something to them. Why? Because it's very dear to my heart. Look them up.
Right.
Marriages.
Julie's a Red Cross volunteer kind of thing.
That
too.
kind of thing.
She donates to Red Cross and stuff like that.
So find something that sets your heart on fire, something that's close to your heart, and find out how you can either sponsor or donate or whatever, that you can get your name in something printed.
And some of you, and I'm going to be honest, because some of you probably heard the first part of this and shut it down because you're getting tired of being sold something. Well, we're not here to sell you anything. I mean, yes, I have sponsorships available for Galaxy Fest as we keep going on. However, that's not what we're looking for in this video. Or this podcast. We're looking to give you ideas on how you can get your own business out there. And what do they say? It's 7 touches before anybody acts. Sometimes I've also heard, especially with social media, that it's 30 touches to a person.
Because on social media, you're kind of numb to it.
Right. Well, just think about how many times you watch the tube and you get streaming, and next thing you know, you see a bank commercial 15 different times in the middle of a 30-minute television show. What the heck? Well, does that make you think? Those are touches. You see that bank 30 different times. Next thing you know their jingle. Of course, we don't have as many catchy jingles as we used to have back in the day. I think most of us our age can recite the McDonald's jingle and stuff. But how many times did that touch us, even as kids, before we had social media, before we had computers actually on our desk? But how many times was that? It could have been a TV commercial, and you
Hold the
watched
pickles,
it
hold the
15 times.
lettuce, special orders, don't upset us.
No, 2 all beef patties, best sauce, less cheese, pickles, onions, sesame seed bun.
You can't do that without teeth.
It's hard to do without teeth.
Yeah.
I'm getting those in about another 30 days, I hope, or less.
But basically, I mean, we're not trying to lecture you, but we are kind of lecturing you. Definitely be part of your community, not just during, shop local week. Do it year round, just like the holidays.
Right.
Oh, I'm giving because the people with the bill, I gave them 50 cents when I came out of the store. Do it every time it pops in your head. Put it in your calendar and you say, Give Fridays or whatever. I have on my calendar the 17th. It's my birthday day. So every month on the 17th, I do something special.
Well, many of those events out there, and I think Jen's got a few of them out there that she works with, they donate money from the event to an XYZ charity.
Well, we were talking to Ferris about that the other day.
Right.
Ferris
he was talking about doing a full
another event. He's doing lots of mini events. But
fundraiser.
He's doing a fundraiser for Sarah's home. And so he's doing it not for him. He's doing it for someone else who wants to do smaller events.
Right.
So the thing is you never know where you can contribute and how you can be part of your community and how you can give back unless you look into the things that you are passionate about.
And you know what the good Lord says, right?
Do unto others.
Well, that's part of it. That's a golden rule.
Yeah.
The other one, give and thou shalt receive.
Oh, give and thou shalt. Okay.
I've been trying that one. I've been giving it a lot away. And I still ain't got nothing. Well, I do. I do. I say that jokingly, but I do. I get stuff back. But you have to have a kind heart in order to
Well,
receive.
you get it back in different ways.
Yes. It doesn't always come in cash.
Yes.
I'm working on the cash.
But to say you're coming with me to several events.
Oh, yeah. Well, if we counted the hours. Just fixing your phone the other day was 30 minutes.
Yeah, but the adventure.
You know what my time is worth too.
Yes.
I'm a very expensive kind of guy.
But that's the whole thing is give every chance you can. So put it on your calendar. Find a special day for you and go find a charity that you can give to once a month. I mean, and if you have an event, you see an event coming up, check to see if they need sponsors or, if they need someone to donate the candles in the middle of their event table. I mean, those kind of, I have a whole bunch of glass things in my garage I never use. Someone's got an event. Hey, I've got 200 little glass vases that I can donate that you
can use for centerpieces and put marbles in.
Yeah.
I've seen that 100 times.
That simple. Go see, because when people are doing events, there's so much money going out the door, paying for things that they need the help, and they will take little help.
Oh, it's like Galaxy Fest. Galaxy Fest will be large. My envisionedness of this thing is crazy, and I got opportunities to put your name on badges that everybody collects. I got opportunities to put your signs above the stage. There's tons of opportunities. It's just a matter of how I package them, which I haven't done yet. But
so Not So Mini Con is coming up when?
March 17th.
March 17th. So let's give you some homework.
Homework?
Yeah.
I don't like homework.
March 17th is Not So Mini Con. You know Brian, you know me, and Not So Mini Con is here in Colorado Springs. It's a local event, and it's family friendly. What could you do by March 17th? Well, you could call Brian and say, hey, do you need anything? It's a new event. I mean, it's building to a bigger event. If you can get into the door for something smaller, like, hey, I have swag bags I'd like to give with all my propaganda in it, and then other vendors can put their stuff into that swag bag. So you have the main swag bag. We thank you as the swag bag donatee, whatever, and then everyone puts a little bit in there, and that way everyone goes home with your name.
I don't use them right now, but when we did Galaxy Fest before, we had lanyards. Those things ain't cheap.
No.
It's like, holy moly.
Well,
but I had somebody who bought like 1,000 of them or 10,000 of them at one point and had their name on it. So everybody was walking around the convention.
Well, I have a whole
around
bunch of lanyards that say Michelle Maras. You want them? They're purple.
Sure. I got a whole bunch of them too, and I still actually have some of his. But they said their marketing material on, they were green, had his marketing name on it.
Mine are purple. They say my name on it.
Everybody was running around the thing. You don't have that many.
I have 200.
Well, 200 is not bad.
See, you can use them.
There you go.
There, see, I just did my thing.
That's 200. He had like 10,000. I don't. He had corporate money at the time, but
yeah, I do know I have a lot of them. I won't have another event of my own, so yeah,
you might.
I doubt
We
it.
ain't got to you yet.
I doubt it.
Bah!
So, what can you do? And if you have your own event,
With a contact
start
bar.
asking people around you that you know in business. I mean, you definitely go to networking meetings and BNIs and things of that nature. Start asking around for smaller things. Some people like, oh, I don't have the money to do that. And say, well, what do you have lots of that I maybe can use
that
for
are
my event?
stockpiled in your garage.
Yeah.
Were you an Amway distributor back in the 80s and you still I remember
Squirrel.
that. No, I remember that where we had to stack stuff in the garages if you were, if you started the company and then you tried to try and sell it, well then you didn't sell it. Now you're stuck with all this stuff in your garage. It's one way to get rid of things if it's worthwhile. And still good after the 80s.
Because I remember I did not makeup. A girlfriend of mine had like Mary Kay or something like that. She had a whole bunch of like little lipsticks and little compacts and little tiny things. And
Stick your business card with them and stick them in a
she had
swag bag.
monster amounts of them. And so what I did is I told her to just get those little baggies and put 2 lipsticks and her card in it. And we'll put them in the swag bag. She got rid of all of them. It was awesome. I'm sure she got some business. I know she got my business.
Actually, after that box leaves the garage, who cares where it goes at that point?
Okay, don't drop your junk off.
No.
But you better shop around.
Is there such thing as expired lipstick?
It can be.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my.
Depends on what it's made out of.
Probably that vegan stuff, right?
Depending on what it's made out, it starts stinking.
So other than just shopping around for sponsors and stuff like that, what I want to kind of bring up, it's kind of political. I bounce on the edge of political.
I'm saying shop around for people that you can advertise with.
I do want to bring up the fact that things are changing in our economy these days. And if things start changing the way that the direction that they're going, we may need to shop more local and shop around, because if it's American made and there's 4 companies making it, who's got the better product? Who's gonna have the lower prices? And there's all kinds of stuff going like that in our country now that we're going to end up shopping around and shopping more local than we are just going on the internet and ordering something from a foreign country.
Yeah, and I know from running big events that we used to go to like Party City and Nobby's and things of that nature. They're gone. So,
yeah, Party City's up the door.
So those big things that we used to use for our party flair things at our events, they're gone. So if you've got a company like that, now is time to step up, because there are people who are looking for you.
Yeah, well, there's going to be a lot of companies out there that are going to start doing this stuff. In fact, I don't know if you know, but when Walmart started, Sam Walton, he went and he said, I have this product. It comes from a foreign country. Where can I have it made in America for the same price? And that's how that was the philosophy behind the original Walmart. How can I do American made, same product, maybe or probably better quality, and still sell it for the same price? And you're going to probably see a lot more of that here coming up.
So basically what we're saying is, remember in 2020 when we all had to shift a little bit how we did our business? We're about to do it again. And so you might want to start thinking about how can you scratch the other person's back in your neighborhood, in your town, so that they can scratch your back too. There's ways that you can exchange and help each other, because I think we need to be preparing for a downgrade of what's available for just a little bit.
And if you're shopping for a husband,
why, are you volunteering?
No, I'm just saying, if you're shopping for a husband, shop around. It's not always the first guy you come across.
That goes for if you're looking for a wife too. Shop around.
I had to throw the relationship stuff in there. If you're shopping for a boyfriend, girlfriend, a husband, or a wife, or whatever, shop around. because you never know what it's going to be like after the commitment.
Well, you have to remember, if we want to go, we're going to shift into relationships because we always talk about business and then relationships. Relationships with the shop around thing. People always show you the best version of them when you meet them, and for the first several months.
We're always guilty. We're all guilty of it.
Oh, hell yeah. And so what you want to do is you want to be in a situation. I've straight out told people this at restaurants when I've seen people on a date and I watch someone be very rude to the waiter or wait staff or very picky about their food and they're very mean about it. I'll walk by the other person and whisper in their ear, they're showing their colors, believe them.
Nah, it's not a one-time effect.
It's not a one-time thing. But yeah, I get really serious about that kind of stuff because you never know what you're going to get unless you wait.
Right. So shopping around.
You better shop around.
There's more fish in the sea than you think there are.
I can't remember the rest of the song.
I don't either. By Marvelettes, so
yeah,
I do know that.
Yeah, she says her mama told her she better shop around. Oh yeah, now better shop around.
So see, I hit the topic.
Yeah,
I hit the song topic.
Shop around for everything and be the shop that people want to come to. I mean, I know when I get my ducks clean, I'm going to go to Planet Duct. Why? Because I know that I always call him Captain Kirk, but Planet Duct, he's always giving in town. He's very quiet about it.
He's local. He's certified.
And he's very quiet about it.
And he's the only legitimate one. Well, not the only, but he's pretty much the only legitimate around that's not on Facebook. He is on Facebook, but he doesn't do all the advertising because he gets, if he was to do advertising on Facebook specifically, I feel sorry for legitimate HVAC companies or duct companies, if you will, because there's so many scams out there. There's so many, you would just get mixed in with another scam, but he is legit.
Well, he's legit. And the reason I would go to him is because he's low key. He's very consistent and he's reliable. I like that because his day-to-day actions prove the person he is and therefore what his company is.
And he's a nerd.
Oh.
Yeah.
But this is not a commercial for Planet Duct. He's just a great example that we know of.
Oh, no, I had no problem making it a commercial for him, but I don't get paid by him to put him on here. So
that's what I'm saying. This is not a commercial.
So anyhow.
So you want to be the business in town that people think of when they think of integrity and quality and consistency and reliability.
So what do you
want to become that name?
So what do you shop around for? Put it down in the comments there and we'll see what you shop around and see what other people think. And if you do local, maybe around somebody else has got a better idea to help you shop more.
Oh yeah, put down in the comments, what do you sell? What are you? And you're in Colorado Springs, Monument area, Pueblo, put it down and say, hey, I'm here, I'm good. And I watch Denim and Pearls. That also makes a commonality where people will come to you for that.
That's also like, share, and comment on Denim and Pearls.
Yeah, okay. So is there anything else you want to talk about?
No, I'm speechless at the moment. Scary. Well, there's only so much shopping around you can do, too.
No, and we already said it all.
Somewhere at the end, you got to make a purchase.
Well, and that's it. It's support the people that you use. And then that way you can legitimately say, I use this product. Right. So do it. And
it's just like Eric coming on the show last week with all his stuff. We posted his book and all those other things.
Yeah.
You know, he's not local to Colorado Springs, but he's still a small business guy.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
He is small business. He's just all over the place. He does everything.
He's national, international, fun things.
Kind of like me.
Mm-hmm.
We're very the same. Except he has a lot more books out with groups than I do.
Yeah.
So, what else?
Galaxy Fest 2026. Go.
Okay, but Not So is?
Not So's May 22nd or May 17th.
May 17th. And if you'd like to be a sponsor in any way, shape, or form, you want to test the waters of sponsorship or whatever, write Denim.
I'm a good one to start with.
Yeah, because then he'll give you a whole bunch of advice on where else you could go looking for.
Just sponsors. My advice is worth the sponsorship.
Okay, so you go out there, share, like, comment, whatever for Denim and Pearls. And if you know somebody you'd like to have sponsor your event, share this video with them.
Or if you're looking for sponsors, maybe throw it on there. You never know what you're going to get.
Yeah, you never know. And so I'm very contemplative today, so I'm not very silly. So you have to make sure that
That's my job.
yeah,
That's in my nature.
my brain is like very serious right now.
I just watched a new video today too. I might repost it. Not a new video. The video that the presentation I did about adoption when we were downtown at the, what was the name of that event?
No clue.
You know, where it was at the comedy club in the back room.
Yeah, I can't remember what that's called.
Oh my gosh, I forgot the name.
They
of it.
don't do it anymore, I don't think.
I don't know, but I just found it when I did it and I listened to it and I'm like, wow, I'm a pretty good speaker. It's only like 3 years old. Anyway, don't forget to like and share.
My name is Dr. Michelle Mraz.
And I'm Brian Swanson
We are Denim and Pearls. We are business casual
with Pearls of Wisdom.
from the porch.
Support your local.
Support local
Like and share.
all year round. We'll talk to you all later. See you next week, Friday, same bat time, same bat channel. And what?
And you got teeth.
And I have teeth.
Never mind.
Did you just see teeth somewhere?
No, you kind of splurge your words like I do. And I
Oh,
don't have teeth, but
Same
you
bat
do.
time, same bat channel.
There you go.
Okay.
Love y'all.
Take care.
Peace.